The Triforce parts are resonating. They are combining into one again. The two Triforce parts that I could not capture on that day 7 years ago. I didn't expect they would be hidden within you two. And now, finally, all the Triforce parts have gathered here. These toys are too much for you. I command you to return them to me. Link, I can't help you. Because of the waves of darkness, I can't get close. I'm sorry, Link. Starting off this fight against the Great King of Evil, Ganondorf. Greetings everybody, Ocarina Games Online. Welcome back to more of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Last time, it was the climb up to Ganon himself, or Ganondorf rather. And in this episode, it is time to take him down. Starting off this first form, he acts a lot like Phantom Ganon does from the Forest Temple, where you gotta play a game of volleyball, but when he's stunned, you have to hit him with a light arrow quickly. After that is your chance to strike. If you start running low on arrows or magic or anything like that, he did break apart part of the floor. Dropping down there, there's a bunch of pots which you can use to get what you need. But otherwise, it is pretty much the same song and dance as before. However, until you actually... Uh-oh. I forgot! Okay, I think I got him. Yeah. Until you actually do bring down Ganondorf, bring him to his knees, and make him vulnerable, you can't use Navi. When you're playing the volleyball game, Navi is not available to you. Otherwise... Whoops. So you can see that's how much damage one hit did. So normally that would be 3 hearts of damage. Definitely not something to sneeze at. We'll just keep volleying. Hit him with the arrows. Run on over to him. And keep attacking him like there's no tomorrow. Alright, here we go again. Here we don't go again, because I missed the volleying. You can tell that he's getting weak because his cape's starting to get destroyed. Alright. Volley. Volley some more. Alright, good. Shoot him with the arrows. Run on over to him once again. Keep fighting. You really don't give up easily, Ganondorf, huh? Then again, you have... I would hope not, because you're the final obstacle in our path. Alright. Arrows once again. This should do it. Yep. Down he goes. The great evil King Ganondorf. Beaten by this kid. Link. Ganondorf, pitiful man. Without a strong righteous mind, he could not control the power of the gods, and... Link, listen to me. This tower will collapse soon. With his last breath, Ganondorf is trying to crush us in the ruins of the tower. We need to hurry and escape. Please follow me. But Ganondorf's not done yet. With his last bit of power, he's trying to take us down with him. You have 3 minutes to get out of the tower, which is actually a lot more time than you'd need. But we gotta escort Zelda out of here, and surprisingly, her AI is not too terribly bad. She'll just keep moving forward as long as you're moving. But eventually you will get to some gates. Zelda is the one who has the power to open these gates, so that's why we need to escort Zelda, other than she's the princess. We can't really afford for her to die here. But other than that, this really is straightforward. You do get fully healed, which I should point out. During the scene where Link gets the Triforce mark on the back of his hand before fighting Ganondorf. Uh-oh. But basically before that scene, like before the fight itself, you do get fully healed. So when you saw the hearts appear when you saw my life appear in the top left corner during the cutscene, that's because I was getting fully healed. But I already had full health, which is why it didn't matter anyways. But otherwise, it's interesting because it seems like we're also going through new areas of Ganon's castle that we didn't go through before. Because we seem to be going along the exterior of it rather than the interior. And okay, that was actually pretty cool. Epic jump, Link. Alright. Let's go through here. Of course, now Zelda is trapped. And because of that, we have some enemies to fight. It's just 2 Stalfos, though, so they shouldn't give you much of a problem. Assuming they would actually attack me, that is, so that way I can attack them back. And keep in mind how far we've come down the tower. And note that just 1 minute has passed in that time. That should give you an idea of how much time you have. I have never actually had a time where the timer did run out. I would assume, though, if the time runs out, it's an instant game over. Thank you, Link. Now let's hurry. She drops you some hearts, which you can grab if you need them. Alright. We're almost to the bottom of the tower. Just a little bit more to go. Let's head on through here. And what? Oh, you were probably trying to avoid the rocks. I guess that would be a good reason to take a slight detour. Avoiding damage and all. Alright, it's down the stairs with us. So should be able to catch up, and we can just take some hits. It's not a big deal, considering how in the last episode we did get the ×2 defense. Definitely useful. Alright, so now we're out of Ganon's tower itself. There's a Redhead here that's there to aggravate you, as implied. Sad thing is, though, this is probably the closest I've cut it to running out of time. But the exit is just up ahead. Just run on forward. There's the exit. Let's get out of here and end this. It's over. It's finally over. Link, I'm sorry I couldn't help you in the battle before. What is that sound? Starting this fight against Ganon. He's not done yet. In fact, here is his true form. Ganon's gonna knock the Master Sword out of your hands, so now we don't have the Master Sword. There's no way he's going to hold me back again. This time, we fight together. Here we go. If you got the Bigoron Sword, now is probably the best time to equip it, and this is the one time I will actually use the Bigoron Sword. Otherwise, you can use like the Megaton Hammer or something. But, what you want to do, you hit him with the light arrows, you can stun him. His weak point is his tail, which you can either use the Bigoron Sword, or you can use the Megaton Hammer, which is definitely nice. We gotta basically keep attacking his tail. Of course, Ganon himself is no slouch. Look at how much damage he's done to me himself, considering we have the double defense. But we just want to keep attacking his tail, considering weak point. Why wouldn't you attack it? Otherwise, the fight is pretty dark, as you can see, so it might be a bit problematic. I do believe that the brightness is a bit higher in the Virtual Console version, which, as I've stated before, I'm playing this on the N64. Can cause me some problems. So you can... Oh my god, Ganon. Okay, come on. There's his tail. Alright, good. Swing at it again. You really... Come on. You are taking way more hits than you should be, Ganon. You can also do that where you get under him and get around him like that. Alright. Yeah. Like that. Why can't I attack your friggin' tail? There we go. Ganon's gonna be knocked down. Link, the Master Sword is here. Hurry up. This is your chance to go grab the Master Sword. So let's do that. Alright, the Master Sword in our hands once again. Time to get back into the fray. Once again, the fight against Ganon is on. This time, we have the Master Sword at our side. So it should not be much more difficult. Which, then again, at the rate I'm playing. But otherwise, is basically the same thing. Just keep attacking his tail. And otherwise, light arrows can help you a lot. Alright, half our health is gone. He does do, as you can see by his attacks, he does do 4 hearts of damage normally if you don't have the upgrade. Meaning, if I didn't get that upgrade, I would be dead by now. So, make of that what you will. Otherwise, Ganondorf, Ganon, whatever you want to be called, you, sir, are going down. No two questions about that. Because you can't beat the Master Sword, and you know that. Though you're certainly doing a number on me. Okay. Oh, come on! Alright. We've got, like, no health left. We're gonna have to stun him. Alright. Let's back away. This is really gonna be the safest method, is use the light arrows to stun him. Then while he's stunned, run over to him and wail on him. If you need it, you can lure him into pillars, and they'll drop stuff for you. Like, for example, this one's dropping some magic for me. Uh-oh. Alright. One more hit and I'm dead. So, we better make this count. There it is. I'm using my power to hold the evil king. You use your sword and deliver the final blow. Six sages, now! Ancient creators of Hyrule. Now, open the sealed door and send the evil incarnation of darkness into the void of the evil realm. You. Curse you, Zelda. Curse you, sages. Curse you, Link. Someday, when this seal is broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants. As long as the Triforce of Power is in my hand. Thank you, Link. Thanks to you, Ganondorf has been sealed inside the evil realm. Thus, peace will once again reign in this world, for a time. All the tragedy that has befallen Hyrule is my doing. I was so young, I could not comprehend the consequences of trying to control the sacred realm. I dragged you into it too. Now it is time for me to make up for my mistakes. You must lay the Master Sword to rest and close the door of time. However, by doing this, the road between times will be closed. Link, give the Ocarina to me. As a sage, I can return you to your original time with it. When peace returns to Hyrule, it will be time for us to say goodbye. Now, go home, Link. Regain your time. Home, where you are supposed to be. The way you are supposed to be. Thank you, Link. Goodbye. And that is the end of The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. It's been quite the journey, at least I would say so. Quite the journey of ups and downs, and it's been a while since I've done a series this long. Probably the last series that I've done that was either at the same length as this series or longer was probably actually Persona Q. And that was nearly a year ago by this point, actually. Feels so weird to have said that Persona Q, the game that has inspired me to do Let's Plays, or like gave me the idea to do Let's Plays in the first place. It's weird to say that that series started 1 year ago, or at least around there by this point. But that's beside the point. Let's actually talk about this series and how I think it went. A lot of this series was me trying to readjust settings for this because I was using a new computer, I was using more or less a new setup. So I had to try to find a balance for audio levels for both recording in my capture program, aka what I'm recording with now, and recording for Twitch streams. I had to find a balance between the two, which I think I've gotten a decent balance now. I will be figuring that out soon enough. But that's the hope, is that it went well. Otherwise, I do think that I did do what I wanted to do and stray a bit from how I usually play this game, which was do every side quest as soon as it's available. I did stray from that a bit. Not really entirely, because I think like when I got to the adult part, I started going back to the completing side quests when they're immediately available. But I did try to keep stuff in a chronological sequence, because normally I would have gone to the Gerudo Fortress after clearing Forest Temple, for example, or Ice Cavern before even going through the Forest Temple. Stuff like that. But other than that, another thing I want to talk about, Master Quest. I've mentioned Master Quest in the past. Will I be covering Master Quest? I probably will, but it's not going to be next. Because I want to get some other games out there. I will try to cover Master Quest at some point. I'm not sure when. It might be after the next Let's Play. It might be in a couple of years. But that is an interesting road. If you haven't played Master Quest, it's quite the experience. But effectively, that's going to be the bonus for this Let's Play, is Master Quest. But otherwise, I did do what I wanted to, which was get 100% in this game, on top of the try to stray away from doing and it's actually been quite a while since I saw this ending scene, because every time I play this game, well, not every time, but like a lot of times when I play this game, I'll get 100% up to the final boss and just not go against the final boss, not go against Ganondorf. I don't know why, but regardless, we still did it. And mishaps along the way, like how the last episode took me 5 attempts to record. Which looks like my theory before was correct, of how I had switched to USB 2, which once again, don't worry about what that means if you don't know what it means. It's not important. Another thing that I'm glad I actually did during this series, even if it doesn't particularly pertain to this series, is finally getting Gamer Nation set up again, because people who see that channel would notice that we started posting Elsword, which we meant to do, which, considering how long that channel was on hiatus, it feels good to be doing that channel again. I mean, it's more work for me, but it feels good to have that channel going again. Have all the co-op stuff going. Let's just hope it doesn't go on hiatus again. And maybe we'll get back to previous Let's Plays that we've started, like Dead Rising 2 or Borderlands or stuff like that. So I do hope for that. But the road is over. With all the stages celebrating this victory together. And it was also an interesting experience for me because every other time I play on this, it's either like using the GameCube version, using the Virtual Console version, or the 3DS version. So this was my first experience playing this game with the Nintendo 64 version. Which I thought was quite an interesting experience. I noticed some differences, not like super major differences, but they were really interesting. Just seeing all these differences. And so, here's Navi and Link, part ways here. As until Link's next adventure. Back in our original time, and the Master Sword sleeps at its pedestal once again. Might as well pay a certain someone a visit once again, just for old time's sake. And that's everything. That's the end. Now, that entire game, I really enjoyed playing it for you guys, and I hope either if you have not heard the game before, or like wanted to see it but haven't, or if you're even watching this again after playing this game once or twice or 5 times, seeing the game once again, I'm being reminiscent about everything. But that's all I want to say. So, with that, I've been Ocarina of Games, and I'll see you guys next Let's Play.